Okay, since I'm here, I'm going to pick up from Park Place, North Main Street. There's City Hall, Mayor, City Council, Police Department, and I'm going to proceed up to Church Street, which I should have made a right at the last corner to just show the lines. The intent's not to, let me pause. Oh, well, it's kind of important. I'm just trying to get lines, crosswalks put in. At least, at schools, at churches, and by, anyway, federal, state, yeah, crazy. Have a great day. Proceeding. And obviously cordoned off for the Pioneer Nights, or Pioneer Days night. Good food. Good music. And this begins Church Street. As the sign says, North Church Street. There's about every denomination, not every denomination, a lot of denominations, mostly of Christian faith. Catholic, I'd have to look at that one over there, but now these were paved. But the question, as all the filming has shown thus far, is like, if it's August 17th, why would everything commence so late, and where would the protections for the constituents be, the people? So this is St. Rose, the last one I filmed. And trust me, I don't like doing any of these recordings. I just got to trust that there's guidance and something will come of it better for everyone. Safety. This is the First Methodist Church here in Carbondale. I think the next one's Episcopalian, not quite sure. I'll take us up to the corner of Church Street, take it back down. Corner of Church, Community Bank setting. North Church Street, Salem. Now, conveniently, these were paved, and let's believe for the better good of the road system. But why would it commence prior to not too long till the start of fall? Perhaps there is reasoning for that, beyond my understanding. But taking it out, and assuredly, I've been told, the cops the law enforcement doesn't care. The mayor has told me twice in person he's going to do something about it, look at the records on the books, or the ordinances, municipalities, but nothing. So, primarily, much has been viewed as Autobahn for the modified vehicles. And at some point, I'll get more recordings of where they're active. I know the whole recordings, aside from possibly the quads, it's been pretty quiet, but there is, this is Lincoln Ave. Church. I'll take it down to the other side of Main Street, because obviously for here it's new paving. yeah, it's just, this is for the smaller majority that would like their way of life that is rambunctious, obnoxious, disruptive, and assuredly nobody's going to do anything about it. It's just painstaking how nothing is done about it, even when every attempt to get enforcement done that would be beneficial for everyone, even commerce, to improve their city, to bring people to where there's not disregard for law. This begins Main Street. This is Church Street, commences that way. Church Street will go, if you go left at the next corner, it'll go towards Forest City, or Simpson, Forest City. And then if you go straight up to the highway, and I forget what that total directions is. This looks like somewhat of this, and I just want to get the intersection. Yeah, here. Okay, totally clear. All right, so this goes back into Main Street, and let's see. I will take this to the point where I recorded at least the previous, where it could join. Hey, Miss Grace. How are you, sweetheart? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to see you. Street lamp. Okay. That's what I should have been counting too along the way. Alright, so yeah, here. Street lamp out to coincide with the others. Now, normally, I don't think that's seen in a lot of places, but so they're lovely. Really nice illumination at night. Good for aesthetics, ambience, and for safety, first and foremost. So the question. So here we have state law yield to pedestrian within a crosswalk, and the only place that possesses it, so scratch, there's a street lamp out, scratch mine, there's not one place, I stated, in the city of Carbondale that has a crosswalk. But here, even though the schools don't, the churches don't, the medical facilities don't, here, the YMCA does have one crosswalk with a sign there, state law. Recorded Lincoln up the other way. Another street lamp out. Now I wonder if there's a budget for replacement of street lamps, or how that goes about. They add so much to an area. And then we have yield to pedestrians within a crosswalk. There's two signs and one white crosswalk there. There's this is a funeral parlor, I believe Paris's, not absolutely sure, don't quote me on that, but with the sign there, state law, that's acting as the representation for federal and state law protecting the pedestrians from crossing. No, forgive me, Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home. So there that begins, goes down here, and then. So, again, with this, what I know, what is fact, what is truth, is that not having these crosswalks here, as we see at this intersection, I will show you at four-way stop signs too, allows for the speeding, which is exactly what the modified vehicles seek, without enforcement of any kind, paying thousands of dollars to create terrorizing decibel ranges that startle the heck out of the youth, the elderly, most people with logic, common sense, reasoning that want a decent quality way of life and not have their hearing disturbed. We would assume. No crosswalk back there, just to establish. Okay. And ironically, where the last funeral home right there, the Lawrence Gabriel, there's the Oliver Scheifler Scotchless Funeral Home. Yet there's no pedestrian crosswalk sign for here. So I wonder if Mr. Gabriel is popular with the mayor, the city council, or paid to have it put in. But obviously, this business funeral home does not receive the same treatment as up there. So, moving on. Attempting and trying not to disrupt anybody's quality or way of life, or be rude or disrespectful in any way, shape, or form, belligerent, just trying to hopefully get something accomplished here. There's way bigger. This is first paramount. Safety is paramount, but there are issues here that are deeply rooted in a belief that nothing, and I believe the authorities believe it too, nothing will change. That's the way it is. Just like I was told by most of the constituents, including, not most of, but residents. I've talked to a larger number of folks that are just as disturbed, well, possibly not as disturbed as I can get, traumatic brain injury, PTSD, anxiety, depression, ADHD, with the practices that are allowed, unregulated, no-enforced, non-enforced. And here is essentially there's the new paving. Well, there's actually yellow lines put in there for there, bringing it over to here. And then that's again, real estate. Real estate's very important to Taylor. Very important to him. Check how many properties he's acquired since being in office as an elected official. And these happen to be at lights, and so my next filming will, when I do stop shortly down here, will show the four-way stop signs. And so if there was any belief or difference in, well, with this law, it's allowed that at cross lights, they don't have to have that. So I will show it the four-way stop signs. What's up, buddy? Coming through. I will stop at I'll go through the parking lot to the backtracking. Okay. We'll take a detour through the police station parking lot and pick up where I could show at the stop signs, the four-way stop sign. Yeah. Now, ironically, amen, the police have established a crossing guard. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Crossing guard is there now. Huh. How about that? Yeah. So they're going to commence. They're going to commence traffic safety monitoring at 3:30. Look, 3:37 p.m. Look, they're not used to stopping. So at 3:37 p.m. they commence crossing guard after you just see me come through recording. There's a couple of the officers right there. See, the complacency starts with the leadership. He should definitely be fired, the chief of police. I need to tell him this. But the younger law enforcement don't enforce the laws because they're told not to. The things that they were trained to do, where someone rips up the street at 50, 55, 60 miles per hour, right through here, right past the city hall, right here. And so, as you see from my recordings, 3:37 begins traffic. All right, so we won't bother them. That again is the city hall, city council, mayor, city council, because he's got ruling power over all of them. And then there's an officer writing a ticket. So mayor has rule over 6-member city council and the law enforcement. The hire, fire, regulate duties. So if there's non-enforcement, non-compliance, disrupting quality of life and threats and safety to people, who's allowing it? And why are they allowing it? What would the incentive be to allow it? Is there some... Trying to figure out, make sure everybody's okay. Got blessed with life-saving skills. So it appears to... What do we have? Anywho, okay, so here's a beautiful library that implemented. Gotta go there. Now if I love to read. Side note, shouldn't matter. This will take us to River Street. This is the goes to a parking lot. Obviously, there's no crosswalk there, and I'm bringing us behind to the parking lot facility for the police. Some of the library members. Yeah, this must go for some of the library. And oh, well, I'm gonna have to go a roundabout way. See, this changed my plan a little because I think that I should at least put a shirt on to go through okay, because of the Pioneer Nights and River Street. To get to River Street, there's a river there, but there's also the Pioneer Nights function there that I can't get to. So I will need to, or feel I need to, put a shirt on. Okay, shirt on, commence. I'm gonna use an access over to River Street, across the bridge. Crosswalk, none. Well, no, that's not true. The one at before the YMCA. You know, that's so much. So traffic monitoring began. Maybe it should have began earlier. Perhaps earlier. Perhaps. This is the City Hall. Mayor has overall rule, City Council, and then the police station. And estimates is probably about 320 that they send, or assistance with the staff member to come out here. Now we commence down to River Street to show at the stop signs where there's no accordance. This is the fire department. the back. This is the fire station. Like I said, this is their festival. It's early on in the day, but perhaps they should have had the crossing monitor out there earlier. But I already went up to Church Street, took filming there. That's new asphalt paving. Went up Main Street, all the way from the boundary of where it starts from Charles Mayfield area. This is from flooding many years ago, or even I was younger back then. This is pretty much so the state of repairs. This was a road, an access road that led over to River Street. There's many older facilities here. I thought that should have been fixed, brought up to code, and the homeless people who live there. But beautiful river. Let's see. So we come out to River Street. Now, was that speeding? It says, let's see, the sign right there. Can you bring it in? 25. There's a mother, child, and a young woman crossing to go over to... So, I don't know. Is that everywhere they do that? Is that allowed? Let's see. So, let's look at the... This is, what we say, three-way stop. There's a stop sign. There's here, down here. Three-way stop. I understand they like their classic cars, some of them, and they do have, what is it, not rallies, they have, here's the car that was in that fender bender right in front of the police station. There go plastic pieces flying off as he speeds by. Yeah, I'm not real popular doing this, definitely threatens my safety, but something needs to be done. Here we have a four-way stop. See the stop sign? I want to keep maintaining how many street lamps are out. Quite a number of them, quite a number of them. Now, for some reason, they did some fill-in for this, but this is deplorable. Where they did work on Church Street. Need to put the lines in, but that appears to have been a street light or a big street light over there. So this is a four-way stop sign. This is corner of 7th Ave. Corner of 7th Ave. And quite a bit of disrepair. So. Turn signal here. So. I don't know if this is perceived as a poor part of town or that it doesn't deserve or rate or shouldn't be, work should not be applied to it, but that obviously would be against the law and not make sense. But that was a four-way, and so if there's question if it's only at traffic lights intersections, it's not. It's not filming you. How's it going? Trying to get crosswalks put in. Trying to get crosswalks put in. You know, there's none at the school. You know. Side note.